If you haven't heard of JSPB, I feel bad for you, son, because I got 99 problems, and this is the JSPB 1.5 Pro from JSPB. And I got this a long time ago, and it is kind of outdated because JSPB has released, I think, 2 big iterations of it, as well as like a build your own blaster kind of thing. This is the old kit that I think was the first kind of production model over the homemade PVC stuff that they had been posting on Nerf Haven. And I got this a while ago. I never got around to building it, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. Now, it might be old technology, but I've shot it once way back at an SCNC war, and I fell in love with it, so I had to order one for myself. And of course, I got it printed in pink, because why not? So in this video, I'm going to be going over the build process because there are some things I'm going to be doing to this to make it a bit more of my own, such as painting the PVC because it is gray, and gray with pink is boring, not interesting, and the sticker stuff that they sent with it is this metallic gray, which is also not very interesting and kind of boring. So I'm going to be painting it white and then putting a semi-gloss or semi-matte, as they call it, 2K clear coat over it because some of the parts are white. I don't know why, but I thought I'd make at least it match. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And you also get some cool stuff with your JSPB. At least I got some cool stuff. Replacement parts, some upgraded parts that they did before they shipped it out, which is cool. I've already gone in and replaced them in here so I don't mess anything up or put in old parts, and I've also gone in and marked all the PVC parts that are going to be painted before I made this video so I didn't look like a fool. You got some iPro that came with the kit. They also sent this little blaster stand piece that goes on the bottom, so if you want to like show it off, you can, which is pretty cool. I think this comes with all the kits, or maybe it just came with all the 1.5s, but this is a little kit for making their old, I guess, darts, like these O-ring darts. I'm not sure what they're called. I also bought mine with the sights that has a little ball in it that clacks every time you do the RSCB throw, which is what you do with RSCBs to throw the dart into the barrel so it plugs it up so the air can push it in. The newer ones come with a line off of the pump that, with every pump, pushes the darts towards the barrel so you don't have to RSCB throw it. But yeah, mine came with 2 of them. I'm not entirely sure why one's black, one's pink. I'm going to be going with the pink one, obviously, or maybe I'll go with the black one, mix it up a bit. I don't know. That's going over here. I believe I have all the contents out of this box. And now the first thing I gotta do is I need to go outside and sand all the PVC parts and get them ready for paint. So I'm gonna go do that right now off camera. Building the JSPB is pretty straightforward with IKEA-like instructions showing you the process in pictures with almost no words. For plastic on PVC, I used DEFCON plastic welder since the epoxy that came with the kit expired back in mid-2017. I would have replaced it anyway with DEFCON because DEFCON is awesome and pretty strong. For PVC on PVC connections, I used heavy-duty PVC cement. My painted parts did make putting the blaster together a bit more difficult due to the paint and clear coat thickness and from trying to keep the purple primer off of the PVC. And here it is finished. The white and pink color scheme turned out very nice in my opinion, but there is a little bit of gray showing on the barrel, but it doesn't bother me and isn't obnoxiously noticeable. The hardest part of this build was stringing up the scar barrel for the first time, but once you do it once, you really get a hang for it the second time around. And I liked how the line that came with it was pink, but one of the lines came loose before I did the shooting test, so I had to go out and buy a replacement line. It's not a string, but a multi-strand fishing line with a coating over it to protect it, and it was very easy to find a replacement for. But the big question is, how does it shoot? For this little shooting demonstration, I have put a box on this little hill, and the hill is about 58 feet away from the camera, so there's a little bit extra going up to the box. The dimensions for the box will be on the bottom of the screen, and I'm just going to be shooting a couple different dart types at it, including accurate darts, AccuFakes, Raytheon waffle tips, and Koosh darts. I don't know how well of a shot I'm going to be, and that could come down to me just being an awful shot, or because my scar barrel isn't the best because it was my first time ever putting together a scar barrel. So let's get started with the accurate darts. The next darts are AccuFakes. And another hit. Another hit. Next up are Raytheon waffle tips. Hits. And lastly, we have Koosh. Still hit. As you can see, Koosh darts and accurate darts don't really do so well out of this system, and I would also throw elite dart and elite variances into that mix. Now that could just be for this JSPB, but it could also be for other JSPBs, but I have not tested them, so I don't know. At least for this one, waffle tips, AccuFakes, and FVJs do very, very nicely, but test darts out to see what works for you. The only real criticism I have with this JSPB variant is the pumping, and that's because the first pump you disregard because it seals up the tank, and the following pumps are what fill the tank up. The instructions say to only do about 2 to 3 pumps, but I would say to take it up to 3.5 or 4 to really get the most out of this blaster, even though the instructions are like, don't do it that much, but it seems to be the sweet spot for it. One thing that's really cool about JSPB is that after this was made for the next versions of it, they went in and they fixed a bunch of problems that I guess I would have had or other people had to make it work a lot better. The grip has been enlarged, the air path has been enlarged, and according to the site, all pumps now fill the tank, and the dart capacity can be increased by adding a little attachment to the back of it. So the price for this thing back in the day was $75 or $65 on sale, which really wasn't too bad because it was one of the only things on the market that I can at least remember that had a scar barrel and was also like majorly 3D printed, so that was kind of new and cool. The new stuff that they have right now is going for $130 for the pre-colored kits and $143 for the custom colored kit if you get the DIY version. The pre-assembled one I think goes for like $163, $173 or something like that. Overall, JSPB is making some really cool stuff in my opinion, and while it may not be like a top tier contender on the battlefield with the Caliburn and the FDL becoming very popular in the last year, JSPB is just making cool kits that are fun to use and fun to put together. I had a lot of fun putting this together, and I would say if you're like a parent with a kid that loves Nerf modding, maybe you're into Nerf modding too, this would be a great thing to get, sit down over the weekend, make it with your kid. Not only do they get to put their own blaster together, but you can show them how the blaster works, which is educational and fun. But yeah, I really enjoyed making this kit, and I do plan to pick up one of the newer JSPB Pros in the future, maybe do a video comparing that one to this one, what they've changed, how much better it is. So yeah, I had fun making this, and if you're interested in getting your own JSPB kit, I have a link in the description to where you can pick one up. But that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at an old kit that I've had laying around for quite some time now. I'm glad I finally got around to building it. But hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, have a great day wherever you are.